morning, guys. How we doing today? We are sitting here with Mary Lynch.
Hi.
Mary Lynch was originally from this Perry Hall office where we are with our new podcast room. True story. Now she's over here in Timonium. But Mary Lynch asked me for a podcast room several months ago or a year ago.
I did.
And I said, we're renovating the Perry Hall office. What a perfect place to set it all up. So here we are today.
That's true.
Thank you, Mary, for the idea.
Dave, it's an honor. I'm so appreciative that you took me up on this.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I was used to like laugh at all the podcast things that were going on, everything podcast this, podcast that, and now I've like completely gone down a rabbit hole, and I find more entertainment in podcasts each evening watching on my TV than I used to watch Netflix and stuff.
It's true, and I think we have just such a dynamic group that you've created here at Cummings that we have a lot to say, right? And there's a lot of stuff that we can educate the public with or spread the news, and this is just another great tool for our community. And thank you so much for allowing me.
No problem. Yeah, so guys, my plan basically is I'm going to try to release a video once a week, not overwhelm you, but basically interviewing different folks from different locations, different sort of years of experience and price points and all that stuff to keep it, a good mix. And so Mary is my first interview, and we'll see how this goes. So I'm a little nervous. So basically the whole concept is just to sort of like see, what you've done with your business. I'm trying to keep these about 15-minute max. So just quickly, like 3 little minute intro before I start interviewing a little bit. But like, it was many years at Coldwell Banker. So just give me just a little intro.
Well, honestly, I started at OPF, and back in the 90s, it was the premier, in my mind, top-notch place to be brokerage. And then late 90s, early 2000s, the corporate shuffle happened, right? A lot of big companies came in and started buying up the little guys, right?
Which is sort of happening again right now.
It really is.
Redfin got bought by Rocket Mortgage yesterday.
I know. I couldn't believe that. Yeah. That was such crazy
not
news.
that Redfin was a little guy, but yes, the consolidation seems to be happening all over again. But yeah, OPF was O'Connor, Piper, and Flynn for the younger crew that didn't even know that.
It was, and it was
and they
four
got
gentlemen.
bought by Coldwell Banker.
It was huge, right? Huge. It was Coldwell ERA. Yeah, Coldwell Banker ERA.
So you spent a lot of years between OPF
I was there
and
for 18 years. And honestly, Dave, I swear I think I prayed for you, right? I was just really at a time in my business, almost 20 years in, really longing for that small hometown brokerage where I could call the boss, right? Where I could have a conversation with the boss, and was really missing someone that valued agents here locally. Yeah. And so I heard you were coming to the county. Prior to that, Dave was a city boy, right? Yes. And I heard a rumor that Dave Cummings was coming for the county, and it could not have been more perfect timing for me. And I was here at Perry Hall when it started, when it opened. Can you believe 10 years fall?
Yeah.
This fall is 10 years that I've been at Cummings, and so 10-year Perry Hall anniversary.
Thank you for sticking with me for 10 years. Yeah, anniversary.
Awesome.
So I know you're doing a lot of stuff right now with seniors, which we can go into maybe like a little bit more towards the end here. But like, I mean, I want to hear from you. Like, what have you done over the last 20 plus years to stay steady and grow your business? And what's worked for you? I mean, that's, you tell me whether it's, what's worked for you for lead gen wise, for your buyers, for your sellers, what type of, customer service things that you see that you maybe do different than others that helps you stand out with your clients?
Sure.
So what's worked?
I have to tell you, there are some perks to longevity, right? In that now I am selling children that when I first came in the business, young couples in their early 20s had the baby carrier. Now their children are purchasing. So
you don't seem that old to be selling kids.
28 years, there's definitely some kids. Haven't had a grandchild yet. The other crazy thing is I have college students and one college graduate, and I just sold one of my carpool girls that I was driving, 9th grade down to Towson each day. She just bought a house 2 months ago at 24. How amazing is that, right? So, certainly for people that don't have the luxury of longevity, right, there are some perks. just really not being a secret agent, right? Letting everybody that you know that you're in the business and how you can help. So I do think it's that extra level of customer service, not giving telephone numbers to your clients, but making the calls for your clients, right? Helping them understand resources that are locally, and then stay in the business, right? Real estate's one of those ebbs and flows, right? Ups and downs, right? But if you're here for the long run, the business will repeat.
Yeah. So what have you done? Like, what were you doing in the early days for lead
Sure.
gen? Open houses?
Absolutely.
Going to the bars?
Yeah. Well, yeah, a little bit of all of that. The truth is, and unfortunately, I don't think COVID has been our friend with this, post-COVID world of just being in the office, right? When I started being there were so many people that were like, I just got a lead call and I can't show it now. Can you go at 7:00 at night and go run this? Just being available. We have that internally here, right? Where we can get the word out to all of our agents fairly fast. Listen, I have this call. Can you go show this for me? Take advantage of every opportunity. I would say right now, if your weekends are available, do 2 opens a weekend, right?
Yeah. Did you do a lot of opens when you started?
I did, absolutely. And just don't show up with your sign, right? You want to spread the word prior. If you have the time, door knock. I know it sounds scary, but, and only 1 of 10 probably answer, but you could put a little hanger. You could invite neighbors. You never know, because they are watching you, right, Dave? When you list that house next door, those neighbors are watching to find out what you sold it for, what kind of marketing you did, how many people came to your open, right? So the best thing that you can do is market that pre to get the door moving, right?
Yeah.
Revolving door to get folks in and out.
Yeah, that one person will respect you for door knocking, saying, I'm doing an open house this weekend, and may, want your business card. The other ones may be like, whatever, but that one person could be the next lead to get the next deal in that neighborhood.
You invited people, right?
Yeah.
At least you can say you invited folks. And, neighbors usually do want to come and check it out, see what the competition looks like.
Yeah. What else, I guess, like lead generation wise over the years has like worked for you to help like grow your business? Sure.
Well, back in the day, postage wasn't so expensive, right?
Yeah.
So there was once upon a time we did a lot of postcards. Now I'm really trying to move that more to email, and I'm really only mailing maybe 4 or 5 times a year. I know other folks still have. Yeah, sure. So I'm doing the traditional, Oriole calendars, Ravens calendars. I have a lot of folks, believe it or not, that like the traditional write down calendar. So I still have a decent amount of people that get them the beginning of every year. And then just some market stats, and as well as tips for homeowners, right?
Are you doing like the market stats and tips for homeowners via email to your database?
I haven't. Right now I'm doing like quarterly through, I think it's professional marketing. I could certainly share with anybody that wants to reach out to me. There's a postcard company. It's a postcard with some stuff.
Gotcha.
The other thing, we have some resources which make it very easy for you to tell folks what their house is worth, right? So just touching base with people, certainly if you haven't spoken to them or given them a market update in the last 3 or 5 years, the numbers are crazy, right? The appreciation that we've had locally is really pretty fantastic. I just saw something that if you bought for $220, 10 years ago, it's worth like $400,000, right?
Yeah.
Like pretty great stuff.
So you're doing full CMAs?
I did that last year. I actually sent out 100 full, I called them equity reports, and did the whole enchilada to my 100 faves.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Top 100 people.
Yeah.
All right. Artificial intelligence. I talked about that a little bit at the meeting.
Love.
What have you been using? So you love. So
crazy.
What have you been using?
I love it so much, Dave. So whether it's you're doing a podcast, or whether you want to do some videos, whether you want a new rack card or a flyer or a mailer, I just used it for an email that I sent out. We had some home and garden show tickets that were dropped off at the Timonium office, so I offered them to my clients via email. Literally things that would take me 3 or 4 hours to dictate as far as an email.
Yeah.
You can literally go into ChatGPT and say, I have these home and garden tickets. I'm a realtor for X amount of years. I want to offer these to my clients. 2 seconds, the entire
sets up a
verbiage
nice
comes out.
email, yeah.
You copy and paste it and stick it right in that email and send it out.
You know, it's all grammatically correct.
It's amazing.
Organized.
It's really like having a marketing assistant.
Yeah. All right. That's a good way to use it. Yeah. Any other stuff you've been using it for so far?
Dave, I'm going to cheat. I use it for personal stuff.
Yeah,
I use it when I'm writing Facebook posts. I use it when I'm writing a birthday card to a friend. Sorry, but it's true, right? It's like you can speak into it, right? It has the, you don't even have to type out.
Yeah.
You can simply ramble, right, what you're looking to say, and it just, not that I couldn't end up there, right? Like grammatically, I could get there, just the time and the scribbles and the revisions that it would take.
Yeah.
And if you don't like what it says, you can say, listen, you're on the right track. Now, can you add some statistics in that or give me a little bit more information? I do the paid version. I do the $19 a month because that gives you the statistics and it tells you where the statistics are from. So a little bit of fact checking, right? Instead of just going out and saying 2 out of every 10, I can say cited from.
Okay,
and that's what I get for $20.
Okay, yeah, I have not gone to the paid. All right.
Don't be cheap, Dave.
All right, I won't. I'm going to step up my game. Good to know. See, a little lesson learned there. Are you still doing a lot of open houses or not as much?
It's interesting that you say that. So, and that'll tie in a minute where seniors come in. I'm really going to start doing like an accessible something along the line of, if you want to downsize or if you want to age in place, what that looks like. And I'm going to try to start highlighting, we need some inventory, right? And I really feel like those downsizers that are holding on to those larger houses could really be our answer to some inventory. So this spring, my goal is absolutely to start committing more to open houses and getting the word out on other options.
And you mentioned, so you've turned your focus at this point to, you have your database that you're working. So I always am like, it's like every spoke in the wheel. So you have your database, you've always worked. You're getting your friends' children working with you. You have your repeat clients. You're doing mailers still.
I am.
You're doing that. And then you're also like, okay, now I need to hustle and figure out a way to get more business, not just my spear. So now you've sort of leaned into saying like, okay, I'm at an age bracket where I understand seniors. No offense, not that you are, but like
very close.
I feel like you have a good personality with them. You can get them kind of motivated and excited. So you've done like some senior sort of classes and done some. Yeah, I feel like you've been doing some trainings and stuff.
I have. So it really started years ago, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, where I really just started seeing personal family members of mine, right? Even after 20 years in the business, it really, a light bulb went on that I had family members that were in homes that just weren't safe for aging, right?
Yeah.
Baltimore, Philly, New York, what do we have, right? We have those row homes, right? Yes. And not enough money can modify a row home to age safely.
The stairs are steep. Right? You can't fit a real bedroom on the first floor.
No bathroom, right? Yeah. Basement, scary steps downstairs for laundry. And that was my grandpa. My grandpa was in a Dundalk row house for 50 years.
Yeah.
I had been selling real estate, like I said, 20 some years and never even crossed my mind that what was going to happen when he wasn't mobile anymore, right? So that really started sort of.
So you're trying to like lean into your friends and find out their parents that are in their late 70s, 80s that are still at home. So you're starting to say like not worried about your friends and their children, but like actually your friends' parents. You're starting to like say, what is mom and dad doing?
And it's honestly not even leaning in, Dave. It's folks that have no idea. And all I have to do is look at my Facebook feed, right? And I'm not exaggerating. It's almost a weekly basis when I'm born and raised in Baltimore, right? So my circle, I grew up with all of these parents, right? And it's a weekly situation where I'm seeing on Facebook, mom or dad fell. Somebody has a chronic illness that they've been diagnosed with. What do we do? What's paid for by the government? What's not paid for by the government, right? So it was really one of those where I had recently, 8 years ago, gone through this with my grandpa, and I just started being a resource of, well, did you know that an MRI could come to your driveway, right? You actually don't have to leave the house for that. And then I was just so amazed by the statistics, right? So 90% of people say they want to stay in their houses as they age. In Baltimore, less than 10% of the houses are going to be able to do that without modifications, without a plan, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to stay in the house, now, right, the National Association of Home Builders, believe it or not, says you should start making an age-in-place plan at 40. Okay, listen,
wow.
We've all missed that, right? And it's okay. It's just when you are starting to work with buyers that are maybe divorcees, right? Maybe folks that are downsizing, have that conversation with them. Is this at 55 years old, a 5-year house or a 25-year house, right?
Yeah.
If it's a 25-year house, you might want one level entry, right? You might want bedroom on the main floor. So it's not even that I really purposely went out looking for this business. It's just the stats are coming. 10,000 people every day turn 65. In 9 years, there will be more people over the age of 65 than under the age of 18 for the first time in our country's history. So whether we like it or not, it's a good thing. We're aging. We're staying healthier longer, right? But we don't have the housing.
Yeah.
Who has the housing, right? Grandma is in her 4-bedroom colonial that she bought 40 years ago because it was a good school, right? She's using 2 rooms. She's using the kitchen and her bedroom, and yet she has all of this space. So how can we help? Grandma thinks it's overwhelming. She has this huge house. We need to help her. What's she going to do with this stuff? We know the kids don't want the china closet, right? So what's she going to do with this stuff? How can we encourage her to know that socialization is so key? And there really are great 55 and older communities, right?
Yeah.
Where she can have sometimes meal sharing, sometimes, right, activities. So just letting people know, and certainly the kids, right, like I'm calling us our age, Dave. I know I'm a little older, but letting us know that there's opportunities out there and making a plan and talking about it this Sunday at dinner is going to make it easier. Don't kick the can another 20 or 30 years.
No, it's very true. I mean, that's a great angle that you're digging into. Any thoughts or suggestions for like newer agents on like what you did to help grow your business?
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
To give back to them, and then I'm going to kind of wrap up with some like I don't know if I'll call them fun facts, but a couple of questions.
Okay, I'm going to get secret questions. New agents again.
Newer. People that are newer in the business.
I know.
Like what that are right now. It's we went through the COVID market. Things were pretty good for a lot of people, and now it's sort of pulled back with tighter inventory, higher rates. So it's a bit of a dogfight, as I say, to find deals. What would any suggestions for the hungry or younger folks on like what they should be doing right now?
Absolutely. I think that if you don't have the business, lean on somebody that does, right? Make friends. We have an unbelievable group of agents that Dave has brought together in this company. I think we're pushing 7 high 6s, right?
Right around,
there's no reason, don't be home on the weekends. Hold houses open, right? I really like, either a new price reduction on them, or if it's a new listing, you're going to have the opportunity to then go out and market that property, right? Reach out to someone, search the MLS, find a house that's in an area that maybe you want to specialize in, right? Learn everything about it, hold that open, market the heck out of it. There are agents in this company that would be happy to help you with that. And, maybe be buyer's agent, right? Help with folks that might want to be on the listing side, but not necessarily showing houses right now. It's going to get better, for those of us that were back in the business 2007, right?
Yeah.
This is going to be short-lived. It really is. Still, no reason to be worried long term. And you just have to educate the folks. And, I don't really like the term like date the rate, but the truth of the matter is when rates come down, property values will go up, and you need to educate your buyers in waiting that are sitting on the fence that 6 months from now, that house could be higher. If the rate is lower, they can refinance.
Right. Yeah. Get in now and refinance later.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's all it's all a gamble, but you got to move on with life, kind of thing. As a
Sure.
buyer, you know, and a
Do you
seller, you know, you can't just sit around waiting for the perfect time.
Well,
always.
what's the alternative? To rent for the next 10 years?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, we all thought, you never know what's going to happen next. But
Hindsight,
yes,
yeah.
you got to just sometimes go with it.
Do it.
Any particular social media, Instagram handles or podcast channels that you're following that you suggest that other people could use to get some inspiration from?
Sure,
Do you have
sure.
anybody that you like in the real estate world?
Yeah.
Or maybe even not.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a big guy, right? Like Keller Williams has some great things that are free that you can hop onto. I actually get on James Call's Pivot Shift Ahead call every morning at 7:30. If you are, not feeling so motivated, hop on that call. It is free. It's an hour every morning.
And you find that where? On Instagram?
Facebook, Instagram. You can just log on James Shaw Pivot Shift Ahead call.
All
1
right.
hour every morning.
Well,
there are 1,000 agents across the country every day on the call. Sometimes 1,500 to 2,000.
Really? Wow.
It's amazing. Cool. It's great.
And how long does that call last?
It's an hour. It's from 7:30 to 8:30, Monday through Friday, and it's absolutely free.
Oh.
And every brokerage is allowed to come. And I'm going to tell you, listen to it once. You will get off the phone and you will pick up the phone and start calling your people. It's very motivating.
Okay. All right. Any fun facts about yourself?
Fun facts.
Any joke? You got any good jokes?
I don't have any good jokes
Wrapping
that are
up here.
appropriate for this.
Okay.
My fun fact is I used to be embarrassed. Do you know this?
I love this one. This is one of my faves.
Okay, my fun fact was my parents are in the Woodstock movie, and I was actually conceived there in 1969.
That
and
is
now
amazing.
My senior demographic actually loves that because a lot of them watched and were there. So, that's pretty much my fun fact. I don't have a whole lot of other interesting stuff that's happened. It's sad when your fun fact was pre-birth, but there it is, right?
Oh, I love it. That's an awesome fun fact. Oh, it's always amazing.
I'm
All these things.
honored.
Yes, thank
I'm
you.
honored to be the
Thank you for
first.
doing this. Yes, I greatly appreciate it. I think we're wrapping up, but we'll get this uploaded and we'll have space for people to add comments, and people may ask you for that.
I love it.
And I really appreciate your time. Thanks, Lynch.
Sure,
You're
reach
the
out.
best.
Happy to
All right,
help with
guys.
anything.
Thank you. Episode 1 in the books.
Yay!
Woo-hoo.